I'm Fraser. I'm 17 and I live in Glasgow. I started the apprenticeship on the 17th of August 2020. So I've been doing it for about 9 or 10 months now. I really wanted something where, like, when I was looking at what I essentially wanted to do with my life, I was looking at something where I'd have to be like using my brain essentially and like using problem solving, because that's always been something that I've enjoyed as well, and robotics seemed like a really good place to go for that, because there's so much sort of freedom to be creative in there. I really like my art as well, so that was also quite a big factor to that. There's a lot of freedom to be creative and therefore come up with your own solutions to problems, not just sort of pre-made ones that you just you can make up your own ones. Was probably part of my main interest in robotics in the first place. So I actually heard about it from one of my teachers who knew that I'd been quite interested in robotics engineering for a while, and literally the name said robotic process automation, so they let me know about that, and then I signed up from there. I first started having an interest in it when I was in about S4, so probably about 14 or 15, and just the more I looked into it, the more interesting it seemed. I ended up on a project with a couple of my friends to make a robotic car to go under the floor of a laser company's new clean room, and basically scope it right under there for any issues. So probably the opportunity to have like an actual brief, and then the ability to work with with a team to come up with a solution for that brief, and we had sort of like a lot of support, so we could just come up with ideas and then actually put those ideas into practice. There was a difference. I'd never really considered software robotics before looking at this course, but when I looked at this course, and especially the video that was on the SoA Automation website, which showed one of the bots sort of in action and moving around and clicking all the things, I thought that looks really cool, and thought I'd quite like to do that. So yeah. I think uni's really good for sort of socializing and everything, and I also think it's great for learning, but I think in terms of learning, sort of doing stuff practically has always been the way that I've learned best. So instead of sort of like writing stuff or reading stuff on a sheet of paper, I've always learned best by sort of like actually doing the stuff, and that's really what the apprenticeship gives you the chance to do, because you can go on a project with a client and get that experience as well, of working with a client, plus you're learning as you go about the actual course. And honestly, I think at the stage that I'm at, I've learned a lot of what I would have learned in uni in a shorter space of time, and also I've got the client experience as well. I've been looking at other unis because I hadn't really, there weren't too many apprenticeship options out there for what I was looking at, which was, as I said, mostly robotics engineering. So I'd mostly been focusing on uni, maybe Heriot Watt, because I knew that they were really good. But when the apprenticeship came up, I realised like it's really sort of unique. So I don't think there are any other apprenticeships that are quite like it, that are teaching what they teach. I can see that from when I started the course, I've got way better interacting with clients and also doing the actual development work as well. I think I've also got significantly better at working in a team, and the sort of team working skills, I'd say, and how to work together in a sort of like an organised project, and how to make your work fit in with everyone else. People I can go to, I can go to, for instance, the rest of the people that were on the apprenticeship with me, or I can go to the people on my project team. To be honest, I can go to pretty much anyone that I know in AVP or in SoA, and people are always very willing to help. When we did the 10 weeks at the start, it was almost entirely focusing on development skills and creating a documentation for it as well, so like process maps. But as we've been going throughout, we've also been doing sort of general skills, so like sort of presentation skills, or sort of tech skills, health and safety, how to interact with clients. So we've been getting a lot of sort of like general skills that you can use in everything, not just like this sector. So I'm not 100% sure what path I'm going to go for. I'm quite indecisive, but what I'm thinking just now is I'm probably going to head to uni after the 18 months, partially for the social aspect of it, and partially for the course. I'm thinking I might look at doing something engineering based, because that was my other interest before I found the SoA. So maybe I'd do that and think this isn't for me after all, but I'm thinking I'll keep my opportunities open. I wouldn't say that any one path is for everyone. So I wouldn't say that apprenticeships are for everyone, and I wouldn't say that uni is for everyone. I'd mostly say like look at where you want to go, and if you don't know that yet, maybe look at what your hobbies are and what you enjoy, and see, you know, what you can, like what jobs would involve that, and then work your way back from there, rather than thinking, okay, I want to go to uni, what can I do at uni? Instead think, I want to go here, how do I get here? And I think the same goes for the course that I'm now doing. I think there's a lot of chance for, like, a lot of opportunity to do problem solving in it, because not every project is the same as another. Sometimes you find something that you've already come across before and you've already figured out the solution to it, but quite often you come across ones that you've never seen before, and you need to be creative and come up with a solution to it, and if you can't, then come up with like a workaround or something like that. I think it was mostly an interest in the problem solving bit, but also in sort of how it could like basically help people, because for the people that I've done projects for so far, I've been automating their sort of like, they're quite repetitive, quite mundane, tasks that they just have to do every day at work. And what it means is that it's actually quite fun to automate those, and it means that the people that were doing that can now focus on the ones that are actually, like, the tasks that are actually interesting. So it saves time, and it just makes everyone happier. What surprised me most was how sort of openly any client that I went to accepted me, because I was kind of worried that they'd be a bit sort of doubtful and thinking, yeah, but he's only 17, he's only on an apprenticeship and all that. But I think they've really sort of just accepted the opportunity, and I've not at all felt like I've been treated any differently to sort of someone older or with more experience, which has been really good, and I think it's also helped me perform much better, to be honest. Yeah, I think there's a lot of future around it. I think it's basically the way forward. I think it's an investment to get RPA in the first place, but given the research that I've done and the projects that I've done and all that, and I can sort of see how much time it saves per process or whatever. It's a very worthwhile investment, basically. Whether it pays back over the next year or 2 years, it does always pay back, and it sort of it not only sort of cuts down on time, it also increases accuracy usually. There's some processes that it can't do yet, but there is a lot of AI stuff in the works as well, and I don't doubt that we'll be able to do it in the future. So yeah, I think it pretty much is the future.